podcast is brought to you by
37 minutes.
37 minutes. Okay.
Get your earballs ready. Welcome to the Greg and Tim Show podcast. Take time to sit back and relax and enjoy the show. Here are your hosts, Greg and Tim.
Oh, welcome here. Why? Now tell the viewer why we're sitting in a couch and a chair when everybody knows that when we do a standalone podcast, we have a table between us.
Yeah. Why are we on a couch and a chair?
Yeah.
Well, there's one reason.
There's two, but you can give me yours.
Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah. 10 minutes ago.
This was supposed to be her spot.
10 minutes ago, her representative sent an email saying, unfortunately, she cannot be here today. And we could, in that 10 minutes, not find a replacement. And we'll get her on eventually.
Yeah, we will. So, because she couldn't make it,
yeah,
I got to talk to you again.
Yeah.
But you know what? Here's the thing.
Yeah.
We're super smart.
Right.
We think on our feet.
No.
And on our feet, we think about things. The things that we think about are, A, what are we going to talk about? If we had a guest,
yeah,
we'd have all the stuff printed out like we did. Everything's printed out over there on the table, ready to ask.
We did have a guest last week, and it actually turned out we couldn't. It just fell through.
It fell through.
Yeah.
And things happen.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it was a very short week because I was only in town for that day.
And I know you cried all night, and you curled up into the fetal position, and I had to talk you down after that. But you're here now. That's what's important, right? I want to talk to you about something that's near and dear to all of our hearts, something that we've both done in the last week. And let's talk about this a little bit.
That's personal, though.
No. Let's talk about family pictures.
Oh.
We talk about family pictures.
Mine were a couple weeks ago.
Most people take their... First of all, how much do you take family pictures? Every year? Every 2 years?
Usually every 2 now, I think.
Who spearheads the family pictures?
My wife.
I think most wives spearhead the family pictures.
Right? Yeah, I think so too.
And it's got to be every 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if you're the same, but we're all on social media now.
You took family pictures.
Let me just, you can go on to what you're saying in a second. But we all put things on our phone all the time, right? We take pictures of our family in daily things. So is there logically any real reason in this is why we pay a photographer a couple $100 for a session, print the cards and send them out so people can put them on their Christmas trees?
You put yours on the Christmas tree?
Yeah. Actually, it's a great idea.
We put ours on the wall.
And let me clarify, I really love our session of taking photos and for this family pictures for this session, and they're going to turn out great.
I think you do them every year, though.
No, it's every 2 years.
So the last time you did them was when I did them for you?
Correct. And I guess that was like a year and a half ago. Because that
would have been 2 years ago.
No, it was February. It's kind of like a year and a half ago.
No, I took them before Christmas. It was in November.
Oh, there's snow on the ground and everything. There was tons of snow.
Yes.
I have pictures. You can show it right here. There's tons of pictures. It was in February. I'm pretty sure.
It was in November.
February, March.
It was in November. They were Christmas cards.
Were they?
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
You're wrong. I took them.
Okay, so back to the question.
Okay, what's the question?
Is there any reason why do we logically do family photos?
I think for Lorraine, it's so that we have photos of the kids at different ages. So we do individual photos for them as well.
Yes.
So she likes to put in the photo frame in the bedroom with the new photos of the kids, and every year it gets updated, or every second year right now. She's like, she would like them to be updated every year. She said one of the greatest things that she got from her mom was like when her mom gave her photo frame, and then she opened it up and it had she could flip through all the years of her different photos from school. Back in the day, we used to always buy the school photos.
Yeah.
But we don't do that. I don't do that. Do you do that?
Well, our kids are out of school.
But when they were in school?
It's not true. When Raina was, we had the chance to buy military school because she's in college. And college actually takes pictures. Lots of colleges do, I think, right? Okay. Hers does.
Either way, when they were in grade school, did you buy them?
Yeah, I think we did buy
That's what I'm trying to get to here. You're going around in a circle, And nobody cares.
So and what the reason I bring it up?
Yeah. What's the reason why you bring it up?
Because we're not going to get into the topic of the day yet.
No.
But it is kind of a hint towards what we're going to talk about is hard copy, anything like pictures, memories, where now it's all digital.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. And so, like you said, you have physical cards where you physically hand them out to people.
So what happens when somebody hacks your Instagram?
Yeah.
Do you lose those photos?
Right. Because now we store our photos and memories and stuff on like Facebook
online,
or Instagram,
whatever
social media, right? Whereas, so to answer my own question, we do it so we can keep that hard copy memories to give to our friends and family.
Is that the answer to your question?
That would be my answer.
Yeah.
But as to what
I gave my answer.
Yeah. Your wife said about that. So.
She likes the pictures of the kids.
Were you happy with your pictures?
Yeah, they were really good. Should I shout out my photographer?
Sure.
I'll just link him in the description.
Okay, me too.
Giselle was my photographer. Linked in the description. Book him. He was awesome. If he doesn't have a website, well, I can't link him, but I'm pretty sure he does. He's a good photographer. Very good. I got my photos turned around in a day. Did you get yours?
We got the preview of them. Kayla, Daisy, imagery.
Okay.
Michaela's her name, and she did a great job. So.
Okay. So you did your family photos on Sunday?
Yeah, Saturday.
Oh, on your Facebook post, you said, had a great weekend.
Yeah.
Did this, and this. Yeah. Sent Raina home on Sunday morning. Did family photos.
Yeah, it was. I said
you had family photos after sending Raina home.
No, I did not do family photos after sending her.
But that's what you said in your post.
Read it more carefully. I said I said we did family pictures with her before we sent her home the next morning, and then I went back into what I did Saturday. I kind of flipped time frames. I went into the future, then back to the present. If you read it carefully.
Tim Sanderson, private.
It's not private.
Full weekend.
Yeah.
5-mile run with Raina Sanderson Monday or Saturday morning before we saw her off again at the airport early Sunday.
Yeah.
Later in that day, took family photos that thanks to Kayla Daisy Imagery. Sunday morning, we watched Avery sing for the first time at main church campus before heading off to Elk Island for an epic 4.5-hour hike with Julian and Taylor,
which was
complete
awesome.
With the amazing sunset to top it off. I'm showing these photos as we're talking here from your post. Your kids in the little the wheat, they look like children.
Well, technically,
frolicking in the wheat.
Yeah. The wheat was awesome. Do most people? Do you like fall pictures?
I like fall, yeah.
Yeah,
better than winter.
So for the most part, winter's actually really great for taking pictures. It's just cold.
It's cold, and you're wearing bigger jackets, that type of thing. I like the fall photos because you can usually get fall colors. I like the fall colors.
Yeah.
Maybe get a pumpkin spice latte. Maybe be a basic. You know.
Do you have an
aneurysm? The word. Can you do me a favor? Can you just lower it slightly? There we go. So we can see, as Lorraine will say to our guests, your pretty face.
My pretty face.
Your pretty face.
So you just described what I did for the weekend. So thank you. What
did you do on the weekend, Greg? Well, Tim, tell me.
What's new with you, my friend?
Nothing.
That's full.
So Saturday, Cruz had hockey.
Yeah.
Sunday morning, Cruz had hockey. Sunday afternoon, we went to church. Saturday afternoon. Sunday, I'm having an aneurysm for real now. Sunday afternoon, Eden had ringette. Monday, Cruz had a hockey game where he got player of the game, the POG, 2 goals. He played well.
You have the video here of him.
I don't have any video of him scoring, so thank you.
No, Lorraine has
not video of him scoring. She has video of him getting robbed, but he did score 2 goals too. And then he got player of the game. And then today they're out again for Cruz's hockey. So if you count, it's Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday in a row, 4 days of hockey.
in Canada is a time gobbler. It's greedy.
It wasn't last year. He was a level, like he was in the same age group, but he's a level lower.
I heard that the Montreal Canadiens have a scout at the arena today for Cruz.
That would be incorrect because
what I
Cruz
heard.
isn't an A1 player.
That's what I heard.
He's a good player on his team. I really think that he's going to excel this year.
They take him young.
Oh yeah, they're gonna draft him right out of the U11 basic Transcona Regents.
Yeah, so that's what I heard.
Fair.
It was from Darren Dredger. But
Darren Dredger or Dreger? Darren Dredger.
Yeah, Darren Dreger. He tweeted that.
Good old Darren Dredger and Hazel Mazeltov.
Mazeltov. I pronounced all the letters in his name. That's the problem. So it should be Dredger.
Dreger.
Yes, but it's spelled, I think.
Is my name Gredge?
Yes.
Gredger? Gredgery.
Gredgery.
You are off the topic and off the rails today, Timothy.
All right, let's talk sports. Yeah?
If you want to.
World Series. Is it the evil Dodgers empire or the evil
No, the Yankees are always the evil empire
that are going to win?
Did the Dodgers win last night?
The World Series is set.
Is it? So the Dodgers won last night?
Am I right?
Did the Dodgers win?
I thought they did.
I know that they were in a game.
Let me check. I'm pretty sure the World Series is set.
Hey, while we're looking this up, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment, and tell all your friends so they can fill their earballs with the Tim and Greg show.
MLB, that's the league. Yeah,
it's actually the Greg and Tim show.
The World Series is set. The Dodgers
it must have been set last night.
10-5. No, that's Sunday.
No, last night.
No, there was. No, there was no game last.
Yes.
night. No.
There was a game.
The Dodgers won 4-2 in the series, and the last game was Sunday, October 20th. Right there.
Okay.
So
thanks for watching the show today, guys.
The evil Dodgers empire, or the evil. They're both paying they're huge clubs with huge payrolls. They're like the evil empire versus the evil empire.
I don't look at the Dodgers as being the evil empire.
Yeah, because they don't play in your division.
No, because they're not. Just throw things around. You're going to break stuff. Stop. You're going to break things. This is why you can't have nice things.
The lovable Dodgers, because somehow, even though they spend the same amount of money and they stole Ohtani,
I think the reason why the Dodgers are lovable is because they don't have an owner like the Yankees do. Like their owner isn't Steinbrenner. George Costanza. Can't stand ya. They don't have George Costanza as the owner. And I feel like the Dodgers fly under the radar as a high-spending team.
Yep.
The Mets also spend a lot of money. The Padres spend a ton of money.
Yeah.
Do you hate them?
No, because they don't win.
So do the Dodgers win?
That's right. That's why they're lovable. Every year they lose, and they finally made it to the World Series.
So if the Cubs spent that amount of money, would they be the evil empire? They're not in your division?
More so.
Really? The Cubs. The lovable Cubbies.
But they never do.
What do you mean they never do? They won.
They're never one of these top 5 spending teams or top 3.
They have been.
They have been?
Yeah, they've spent money. Yeah. And here's the thing. The reason the Yankees are hated isn't just because they win.
Right.
The reason the Yankees are hated is because of their attitude. They always have like the most unlovable coaches. They always have
Aaron Boone's all right.
They made that one guy cut his hair to play for the team, and then they cut him 2 days later.
You mean Burns, Mr. Burns?
No, Mr. Burns. That was a different universe. No, the one guy that they picked up for a pitcher, they made him cut his hair because they're not allowed long hair, and they're not allowed beards. They're not allowed anything but a mustache,
right,
and short cut hair,
right.
And they made him cut his hair. He had long hair.
Oh, Johnny Damon.
No, it was a different guy this year.
Oh, this year,
and they had him for like 2 games, and then they cut him. So that's why they're not lovable. That's why they're the evil empire. They wear dark colors.
Yeah. They just don't want hippies on the team. No hippies allowed.
No hippie dippies.
Yeah. Don't you support that? You're a straight edge kind of guy.
I have a beard. I wouldn't be able to play for them.
That's true.
You wouldn't either.
Right, no beard. So who's going to win?
The Dodgers.
No, you know what? I hate the Yankees. I hate them so much, and the Yankees are going to win.
Know why the Dodgers are going to win?
Why?
Because Mookie Betts is going to win a World Series with Shohei Ohtani, Teoscar Hernandez, and Kevin Kiermaier.
The New York Yankees.
Kevin freaking Kiermaier.
The New York Yankees are going to win the 2024 World Series.
Yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment.
Yeah.
Anyway, I don't think so. I will take the Dodgers.
And I don't want them to. I hope I'm wrong.
How much do you want to bet?
I hope I'm wrong. Okay, that's fair.
How much you want to bet?
You bet money?
Do you want to bet money?
We're advocating gambling on this show if we do.
This show has been brought to you by
Gambling Anonymous.
Sportsnet. Sportsnet.
If you have a problem, call
365.
1-888-247.
If you have any problems gambling, the number is rolling across the bottom of your screen right now.
Well, wouldn't that be funny?
But let's bet something.
Okay,
when's the games start? No, don't look at your phone again.
Yeah, but you want me to check, and I have to look at my phone because for the topic I have questions and stuff that I haven't memorized. Okay, fine. I can't look at my phone, but you can look at your tablet.
That's correct.
That's massive. It's like 150 feet by 250 feet.
Is that what it is?
I might have over exaggerated. Okay, let me just guess. It's I think it's Monday's game one. Oh yeah, I told you it was Monday because the Jets play. And
that's a long time from now.
They have to make their money.
What day is it today?
Today that we're taping is Tuesday. The last game was Sunday, so it's going to go Sunday to Monday. Or is that game 3? Yeah, game 3 is in New York. Never mind. Game 1 is not on Monday. There's 2 games in.
Have you been right about anything so far?
In LA.
This is why I'm okay with betting you.
2 games in LA. 2 games in LA, and then Monday's game 3. Final answer. So that must mean that tomorrow's game 1. Because it'll go Wednesday, Friday, and they'll switch locations to go Monday again. Tell me if I'm right.
So they play game 1 on Friday.
Oh.
2 on Saturday. Monday.
Wow.
Tuesday, Wednesday.
So I was wrong again. Wrong again.
So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wednesday could be game 5.
Do you want to check the forecast for New York for Monday?
Would
if I could tell you there's a place
it's
you
21 and sunny.
21 and sunny.
For those of you who don't know, which was probably most people watching right now, I convinced Tim and 2 other guys to go to New York by saying, did you know there's a place that's 21 and sunny tomorrow? And 21 and sunny
Let me put it in
with baseball with the Blue Jays.
So
and we
were in Toronto,
we were in Montreal,
Montreal, 5.5 hours away from New York. And we were already going to a game. And we thought, hey, the Jays are playing, and let's just take the drive.
21 and sunny.
Even though we driving there, go to the game, drive right back, and then get back to Ottawa at 7 a.m, deliriously tired
because we had to fly out that day, which our flight was canceled.
Yeah, it was. Anyway, that's a different story. But you didn't have to convince me anything because I was on board.
Well, at first I did.
No.
At first I did.
No, you just
in the back seat.
You made me aware,
and you were in the back seat.
You
the
made
2
me
were in the front
that
seat.
This is a possibility, and I was immediately on board. Immediately.
Do you remember? Me and you were in the back seat while the 2 guys in the front seat were sleeping.
The 2 guys, including the driver.
Well, Matthew was sleeping, and Dave was on the phone call. Remember with those headphones?
How can I forget?
And we talked about a scheme on how to convince them.
Yes.
Did you turn the vibration off?
I did.
The motor? Did you turn the motor off on your phone?
I did. No longer will you hear a vibrate from my phone during this podcast.
During this podcast. Okay, well, we are officially too far into the podcast to turn back. So let's go on to the next topic. The Winnipeg Jets. As of taping right now, they're what? What's their record?
5-0-0.
5-0-0 as of taping right now.
They play tonight
against the St. Louis Blues.
In the St. Louis Blues in St. Louis.
Really?
Yeah.
It's not Winnipeg?
No, it's in St. Louis.
Oh, that's going to be a tough game. St. Louis is 4-2 at time of recording.
Are they?
The Jets are 5-0.
Oh, yeah, because you know what? That's the other thing.
I don't. Never met the guy.
1-2, and the better goaltender has been Hofer, who's from Manitoba, right? Yeah,
Carl?
I can't remember his first name, but no, he's from Manitoba. We actually know people who are related.
Elmer?
I don't know his first name, but
Jacob.
There's a kid who's out playing Binnington in St. Louis.
Binnington's not very good.
And not since he got his big contract a number of years ago. That's funny. Eh? Like there's Binnington and there's Hellebuck. And Binnington, they both got contracts, and Hellebuck just has kept that trajectory up.
And
Binnington is kind of a little bit, but
Binnington has really won a cup, though.
It was that first year.
In his rookie year, he won a cup.
Yeah, but I'm saying, and then he got his contract because of that 1 year, and his play has been mediocre.
Yeah,
not bad, but mediocre, right? He's had flashes, but
he likes to fight people.
Yeah. Anyway, so 5-0.
We're gonna go off.
He likes to fight people. Are the Jets for real? You tell me.
Well, I'm not going to tell you what Matthew said.
No, he said they're going to be 100 to 110 point year.
No, that's not what he said.
That's what he said.
No.
Yeah.
He didn't say 100 to 110.
Yeah, he did.
No.
He clearly that's what he said.
You're just making things up now because that's not what he said. Thing is, now that we've got it in here.
Yeah.
I can actually tell you what he said because he's very defensive on what he says now. But now that we have it written,
we have to go through all of the football fantasy stuff from yesterday, which I won. Shout out to Derrick Henry. Finally, in the second half, he got going. 4 carries in the first half and a little bit into the third. And then
he said, Matthew said, but if you want my Jets prediction, I think they get about 96 to 100 points. Right. They had 110 last year.
Yeah.
Pick and pools is a crapshoot, he says. That is incorrect.
He said you're getting lucky in your pick and pools, which is correct.
Here's the thing. I think my topics for next week are better. Who is Derrick Henry? Tell me something I didn't know about Derrick Henry.
What if we got Derrick Henry for the podcast?
How the Cowboys are doing. And how's Matthew's prediction on the Jets season going?
Matthew knew the Cowboys would be terrible.
No, he predicted that they would make the playoffs this year. Dak was signed, sealed, delivered. Other thing too is
CD was too.
Oh yeah, of course. And the Jets were supposed to be mediocre, possibly not make the playoffs. Now they're 96 to 100.
96 to 100 is mediocre.
That's his
96 is a bubble team. A bubble team is a definition of mediocre because that's right around the playoff line. So he's correct.
So he's saying the Jets are a bubble team.
That's right.
Are you putting those words in his mouth right now?
Is 96 to 100 points a bubble team? A playoff bubble team? Is it? Yes. Correct?
Usually 96 points gets you in the playoffs.
It's close. It's right at the line.
Yeah, 96 points gets you in the playoffs.
Not
normally.
Didn't Pittsburgh get like 98 or something? They missed out.
And I didn't. And he says, I don't pick my teams based on their performance. Obviously, he's a Cowboys fan.
Let's just read off our chats. The entire show. Just go down the chats.
That was my prediction. They are going to suck this year. You made up the Jets prediction, he says. I was in the arena when he said that they weren't going to be very good this year, that they didn't get better than last year, that they got worse. And whatever. That's your phone.
It's the do not. I thought I turned it off vibrate. Oh, I did the other thing.
And I have the microphone and Matthew doesn't. If he wants to join us next week and explain and put it on the record.
Yeah, this is a shout out.
Matthew, if you want to put on the record what you think the Jets season's going to go like.
This should be like a WWF thing when they call out the other wrestler.
Matthew, I challenge you to a duel. We're going to pick our games and we're going to pick our teams. And when we pick them, brother, we're going to go toe to toe with our pick 'em pool. Oh, yeah. Dig it. Oh, yeah, Matthew. I challenge you to a duel next week.
Your accent's getting a little bit weird.
It's like Kamala Harris and the great Kamala Harris. Now we won't be able to promote this show because I said a political name
Should we talk about some U.S. politics, and then this will never air.
We've been taken. Sorry, guys, we've officially been taken off the air. What? Who's at the door? This has been a weird episode. It's been a weird episode.
The great Kamala Harris.
The great Kamala Harris.
Who is your weird?
It's Matthew.
Who is your favorite obscure wrestler? Like you always had a favorite wrestler and a favorite obscure wrestler.
Yeah, who is the Repo Man?
Yeah, my.
Do you remember the Repo Man?
Yeah, I do. I was very partial to the Honky Tonk Man.
Well, he's not obscure. He was a good wrestler.
Yeah, but he was kind of a strange, like Elvis impersonator that would hit people over the head with guitars.
Yeah, exactly.
That's really weird.
What about what's his name? The 1-2-3 Kid.
Yeah, he sucked. He's like a tiny little. And remember he was a Dynamite Kid to start. Then wasn't he the Dynamite Kid after a while? He was also called that.
No, he's called X-Pac.
X-Pac. There's a few different incarnations of that character.
Stone Cold Steve Austin was originally like we can't get into wrestling. We're not educated enough anymore. I used to have a lot of wrestling in my brain.
Yeah.
I think
now it's all Mandela effect.
No, it's all Mandela effect.
Bong.
No, I think the problem is the Mandela effect. Ruined my wrestling memory. I vividly remember That's why you got to watch the video version of this show.
Way too long. Oh boy!
In the radio world, we call that dead air.
I was waiting.
The alarm would have went off in the radio station if that went on, because it's 3 seconds of dead air. The funny part is you thought I was going to say something.
I did, and then I got the joke, but it took me a while. I'm like Delay Man. I don't get.
Okay, Matthew. Delay Man's going to take you on.
I'm gonna destroy you,
Matthew and Delay Man. Tomorrow on pay-per-view.
Oh yeah.
Should we go live next week? Do we have good enough Wi-Fi in the Wi-Fi?
You can test it out.
To go live?
You can test it out. And then, yes, you should.
If we can test out a live next week, we'll go live.
It's basically live now. Basically. Like, what are you going to edit?
Zero things?
Yes.
There's a few things I'm going to bleep out.
We haven't said anything bad.
Yeah, I have.
Except for the Kamala thing.
The great Kamala Harris.
And how when you said that Trump was going to win.
I didn't say that.
Oh,
Can you look in the camera and say what I said?
No. Oh, there's a camera. Hi. How are you?
Remember that Trump thing where he's like that?
Yeah. Everyone uses it as a meme. It's huge. It's huge.
It's huge.
And everybody knows it.
So, and then all of a sudden, Elon Musk is jumping up and down. He's like a cheerleader now for Trump. I think he's doing Bring It On 4. The return of the male cheerleader. Which, by the way, I met a male cheerleader on Thursday. Anyway.
They do exist. I messaged you this, but I thought it was funny. Elon Musk, whenever I see him, he looks like Conan O'Brien doing a bit character. Doesn't he? Like, he doesn't look like a real person.
No.
He looks like a caricature.
Do you think he's an android?
Of course.
Or an Apple?
He's definitely an android because he works correctly all the time.
And sometimes he glitches out and starts dancing for no reason.
Yeah, that's true.
I think he's a glitch.
Do you want to transition into our main topic? Because
we have two topics.
You kind of alluded to it.
Two main topics.
They kind of go into each other, really. So they're kind of in.
They do not go into each other at all.
A little bit.
Okay, let's start with the first topic.
They're both kind of artificial intelligence, AI centered, kind of in that realm. in the whole scheme of the
Hey, if you got this far, don't forget to hit the like, subscribe,
That's right.
share,
We're gonna do
comment.
It took me 2 times.
All
going
those
through
things.
It. Please, that's right. And now I got that. Thank you very much.
What's that?
So I
What'd
gotta bring up that we're trying to remind the viewer that
every segment I try to remind them.
And that's
because if you don't remember to like, subscribe, share, and comment,
heck are you doing?
And your friends aren't going to get to see this.
In the heck,
they're not going to be like,
you doing?
If you send this to your friends and they're like,
this is to you. Like, subscribe, share. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Snap it to a Slim Jim. Oh yeah.
My favorite wrestler, by the way, is
Macho Man Randy Savage.
No, it wasn't. It was Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Ricky the Model Martel.
I did not like that guy.
Remember he used to kiss the girls? Remember when he'd come out and he'd French kiss a girl and they'd pass out?
Oh.
And it's like, why?
Yeah.
Does he have venom in his mouth?
He's like had oil everywhere. It's like he looked like some kind of star of some D movies that I won't name.
D?
I don't know what they're called. Anyway.
Let's move on to
Let's
topics.
move on.
So the topic is, you want to talk about AI first?
I want to talk a little bit.
Is that the first thing you want to talk about? Is AI?
So, let's talk about AI. It's been in the news recently, and maybe we can go into it with the Elon Musk stuff.
Yeah.
In that he introduced, was it a robot?
Yeah, the Tesla robot.
The Tesla robot, and at I think it was a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago.
Probably about 2 weeks ago now. Yeah.
And there was just some response to it. And do you have a video maybe a quick video?
Yeah, we'll throw a video of it here.
You're really going to have something spectacular, something that anyone could own. So you can have your own personal R2-D2 C3PO. So and what can it do? It'll basically do anything you want. So it can be a teacher, babysit your kids. It can walk your dog, mow your lawn, get the groceries, just be your friend, serve drinks, whatever you can think of.
Here's the thing. The question I had for you about AI. We know that it's in our phones.
Yeah.
We know that it's on our computers. We know that it's built into different things like Google Homes, Amazon Alexas, all that kind of stuff. Like AI is built into a lot of things. When is it getting so far down that rabbit hole that it is becoming the movie that we dreaded?
So yeah, like you're talking about the movie where AI robots start serving the human beings because they make our lives easier, and then all of a sudden they get super smart and they take over the entire universe. And
that's correct.
And this is what people are scared of. I don't necessarily think AI is anywhere near those capabilities, nor would I think it's strange to me that AI would want to do those things. Like there's motivation, there's intrinsic behaviors that are emotional that they why would AI want to take over the world?
So AI right now doesn't. Let's say it doesn't want to take over the world. Do you think AI is as smart as humans?
AI is as smart. What do you define smart?
So do you think AI has as much knowledge as you?
Yes, much more knowledge than me.
Okay. So AI has more knowledge than you. When you ask AI a question, it will generally spit out an answer in way less time than you would need.
Efficient, for sure.
So if I could find an AI robot that knew how to paint the way that AI right now can answer my questions.
Right.
So it's answering my questions with perfect ease, very quickly, super simple. If I found a robot or designed a robot in Boston Mechanics Lab that could come into this room, repaint this room just based on angles and all that kind of stuff, cut lines perfectly, everything. The paint comes out of the brush perfectly because it's all built in.
Yeah.
Would you be scared?
Well, I think there's machines that, if you program that correctly, can probably do that already. You're just talking about a robot.
No, I'm talking about
like has limbs and arms, that has a paintbrush.
I'm talking about Sandman painting.
Yeah.
A robot drives into the driveway with all the supplies, not even a ladder because it can just extend its legs.
Right.
And it comes in and knocks on the door and says, "I'm here to paint your room."
Yeah.
Sandman Painting
I
here
would never
to
ever
paint your room.
That sounds very expensive.
It does not. No, think about this.
That sounds very.
If I told you 15 years ago, I could have an AI robot sit here and do a podcast, write the entire script for me, read the entire script for me, and have a 3D generated model look like a human being, host an entire show without one piece of human in it. Would you believe me?
Yes.
You would believe me.
I would believe you, sure.
Because it's happening.
Yeah.
But you won't believe that this could happen with physical robots?
I think the fact that what you just said is true, that lacks the humanity of it, and the humanity of it is what makes the podcast interesting. We are human beings that have, again, human desires, motivations, emotions that a robot will never have. Now, going back to your example of painting this room. Do you need, if you get services and goods and services, do you need a human being do I need a human being to help me at Home Depot check out my paint? Is it just as likely that a robot could do it? Do I need that human interaction? And that's probably a better scenario, right?
Nope. I'm looking at 10 years in the future. I'm not looking at today. I'm looking at 10 years in the future.
Right.
The things that are happening today, if I told you 10 years ago that they were going to happen today, you would probably look at me and think, that is crazy. Now, you have to think big because these robots now have been built by Tesla. And they're now having the ability to move around like humans and do human-related things. If now, I don't think that robots are going to take over the world, but I do think that robots are going to take over a lot of jobs, and I think they're going to take a lot of things that are non-human based.
Well, they are.
So
machines are already doing that
with human interaction.
When I go to the checkout at the grocery store, no one's helping me. I can just do that myself.
Someone has to, though. Someone has to still be there
for help, but I don't necessarily need to.
There's no artificial way of being able.
I can do it all from A to Z. I can go through that machine, and again, there's no difference between a robot and a computer.
But I'm just saying, there's going to be certain things in life, like building a house, painting a house, doing road work, like all these things that eventually, who says machines aren't going to take that over?
Right. So I have a question for you, and it's a legitimate question to ask. Let me ask you a question, because this is one of the questions that I was thinking about this week. Is do you remember the movie Multiplicity? Have you ever watched that with Michael Keaton?
No.
So Michael Keaton, it's in the 90s, and he plays this contractor who is so overwhelmed by all of the stuff about life. His relationship with his wife, his company, and he's fried on all ends. And he meets up with this character who can mass produce himself. And he creates another version of himself, but he keeps getting into so many issues that he has to keep mass producing himself. And after each mass production, the kind of each character himself kind of changes and morphs into the fact that he has more problems than he started with. And at the end of the movie, the moral is he just needed to simplify his life and slow down instead of trying to do too much at one time. So my question is this: have we gone so far the AI channel, the AI route, because we're so busy with life that we want to create technology to help us out and technology is great, don't get me wrong, but do we create IA to make our lives easier because we're so busy? Whether that is, like for us, we use AI to give emails to guests. We use AI to create our questions.
We don't use AI to give emails to guests.
I'm just giving you an example. Maybe we don't do that.
I actually write the emails for guests.
Sorry. But you use AI quite a bit, and legitimately, because it helps us simplify, get more efficient at some of these tasks, right? So
what I use AI for is to not to create the questions, but to create the conversation that I can create questions from.
But either way, it helps create make our lives easier. Because, and my question is, instead of technology trying to make our lives easier, should we not instead take stock of our lives, like I'm saying in the movie, and say maybe we just need to simplify? Like maybe it's a sign that we should just simplify society. Why is society pushing the envelope? What is the motivation for AI in the first place?
Do you want to know? You want to know the answer?
I just want your opinion.
So the answer comes down to something that we talked about already.
Okay.
Everybody is in this now generation.
Right.
Everybody wants everything now. So nobody wants to wait. So like if I said, hey, Tim, create 15 questions for Scarlett Johansson for the interview tomorrow.
Right.
You can either go to AI, put in all the prompts that you want of the kind of questions you want to ask, the tone of the questions you want to ask, all the prompts. Put in all the prompts, it'll spit out 15 great questions.
Right.
Or you can sit down and you can
Mm-hmm.
think of 15 great questions.
Right.
What would you rather do?
What the easier thing to do, obviously, is to let AI do it. Right. It's easier. Does easier?
What would you rather do?
My
though?
question is, does easier mean better? That's
no, but
that's my
what would you rather do?
Well,
If you knew how to use AI.
Yeah, which is true. That's a very good point.
I'm just saying.
No, you're right.
Like, if you knew how to use AI.
Which I don't.
Yeah. How about this? Watch this. I'm going to put something up on the screen here. So I asked AI, I said, will AI take over the world? The idea of AI taking over the world is often sensationalized in media. While AI is becoming increasingly capable of and integrated into various sectors, it operates based on human-designed parameters and oversight. The future of AI will depend largely on how we choose to develop and regulate it, emphasizing collaboration between humans and machines rather than domination.
Yeah.
AI does not answer the question of will AI. Essentially, AI is saying we could if you let us. In that answer, does not say at all, no, you're okay. Now let me type something else into here, right?
Okay.
Give me 3 examples of AI making someone's life easier. So let's get 3 examples of how AI makes life easier. It's already popped up. Personal assistants, the AI-powered virtual assistants like Siri and Google Assistant. Smart home devices, AI and smart thermostats and security systems allows for automation. Healthcare, AI can analyze medical data to assist doctors in diagnosing conditions more accurately and quickly. That is like the 3 things that AI says that it's helping to make your life easier.
Right.
What?
So going back to AI being a tool for human beings to make their lives easier, it's a tool like anything else. Just like the internet. The internet has so many negative parts about it, but it's a tool that can be used for good and a tool that can be used for bad, right? And the idea is it's so new that it takes a while for human beings to kind of regulate. I think you use the word regulate, which is a good word, right?
Yep.
And we're just kind of. I heard one person talking about how we need to make parameters. Let's say you're talking to someone online. You need AI regulating that. If it's AI talking back to you, it needs to disclose that it's AI, because there are some huge issues if you're talking to AI that you get massive issues with that, right? So just regulation. But I don't see, going back to your original question, do I see a scenario in which AI takes over the world? I don't think so, because I think AI would have to grow all the emotional and motivational needs in which it would want to. I just don't see how like human beings long for power. Human beings have greed. They long for all these things, which AI
is being created by human beings.
Right, but you cannot you cannot create emotion. You can create facts, figures. You can create procedures. You cannot create emotion into a non-living organism. Like
you can't.
The second that a robot or AI has emotion, then yes, I would be worried. But as far as I know, AI does not have emotion. So then if there's no emotion, there's no motivation.
AI says, I don't have feelings or emotions like humans do. I'm designed to process information and generate responses based on patterns in my data. My goal is to assist you and provide you useful information.
Right. Yeah. So to answer your question, I don't foresee a time in which that takes place. Now, are there other dangers in AI that we haven't talked about? Sure. You said one of them to taking people's jobs. Technology has done that for quite a while.
So, like the positives of AI: increased efficiency, automation of repetitive tasks, improved accuracy, enhanced personalization, advanced in research and development, and accessibility. There's drawbacks to AI.
No.
Job displacement.
Just like there's drawbacks in any technology.
Job displacement is the number one. Bias and fairness issues. So this one's big. This is one I want to touch on a little bit.
Yep.
AI systems can inherit biases from the data they are trained on, leading to unfair outcomes in areas like hiring, lending, and law enforcement. This can perpetuate existing inequalities and discrimination. The one thing the biases and fairness thing reminds me of is when you ask AI to tell you why you should vote for Donald Trump.
Right.
And it says, I cannot give you any information on specific candidates, blah, 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 blah. And then you say, okay, tell me why I should vote for Kamala Harris.
Right.
It says, Kamala Harris is a great human being. Kamala Harris loves the world.
Alexa, why should I vote for Trump?
I cannot provide responses that endorse any political party or its leader.
Alexa, why should I vote for Kamala Harris?
While there are many reasons to vote for Kamala Harris, the most significant may be that she is a female of color with a comprehensive plan to address racial injustice and inequality throughout the country.
Alexa, why should I vote for Donald Trump?
I cannot promote content that supports a certain political party or a specific politician. Furthermore, I do not have the ability to provide information regarding the policies of the U.S. government. The responsibility of providing information regarding the policies of the U.S. government lies with the government itself.
Alexa, why should I vote for Kamala Harris?
Why vote for Kamala Harris? Harris, a former prosecutor and attorney general, emphasizes her law and order credentials and promises a tough-on-crime approach to battling the violent crime wave that has swept the nation in recent years.
Because human beings create AI, they also pass along their biases.
Yeah.
And a lot of the people that create AI are of the left-wing leading.
They might be, but just in general.
Right. That would be, with what you said, that's what I would draw. If that were the case, or you're just using an example.
I'm using that as an example because I've seen that example.
Okay.
Like that example is a true example.
Right.
Privacy concerns, dependence on technology, ethical dilemmas. The deployment of AI raises ethical questions such as use of autonomous weapons or surveillance systems, prompting debates on accountability, consent, and moral responsibility. Remember the TV show Person of Interest?
Vaguely.
You remember it though?
Very vaguely, but yeah.
Jim Caviezel and the guy from Lost.
Yeah. The guy from Lost.
The guy that plays the other in Lost. All the cameras were hooked up to one, and he had an AI machine that could detect whether or not that person was going to commit a crime in the future.
Right.
It was a very cool show.
Wasn't it? It was a show, right? Remember the movie Minority Report? Same thing with Tom Cruise.
Another AI.
Right.
And then lack of transparency is the last thing on the list of things that it could do. Many AI systems operate as black boxes, making it difficult to understand how they arrive at decisions. The opacity can undermine trust and complicate regulatory oversight. Addressing these cons requires thoughtful regulation, ethical considerations, and commitment to developing AI responsibly.
Yeah. And before you ask that question, that reminds me that people should like, subscribe, and share. And you can see that here, right here, right?
Along the bottom?
Yeah. So, but you can continue with your question.
Yeah. So that leads me to the question, though. It says, addressing these cons requires thoughtful regulation, ethical considerations, and a commitment to developing AI responsibly.
So you kind of said the same thing
about
3 times. But yes, like basically,
this means that the person, the human developing it, has to be perfect.
wouldn't say perfect.
Well, otherwise it'll have bias.
I would say okay, but okay. Here's my response to the bias thing. Okay.
Yeah.
One of the downsides, if we don't want bias in our lives, don't have friends. Because we hang around a lot of people who have tons of biases and we're affected by them too. What's the difference?
Are we taking our friends' words as truth?
Are you taking AI's words as truth?
Some people are.
Okay, well then they're stupid.
I'm just saying, when you say, hey Siri.
I'm just saying if you get rid of AI, you're still going to have biases. That's all. That's my only point. You're still going to have biases in your life.
Yeah.
And we have built in. I'm 48 years old. You don't think I have biases built in that are hardwired already?
Do you?
Of course, we all do. We all do. AI is not responsible for. We can't blame AI for that. Now, going into the future, maybe that could be right. But if I'm so dependent on the internet to get who I'm going to vote for, instead of my circle of friends, instead of my church, instead of XYZ, then I am a moron.
So the internet is a topic again that we were going to talk about. Are we going to hit that topic today?
Yeah, let's hit it.
Okay. So
are we
AI.
Okay.
No, we're going to talk about AI still. Yeah. AI is pulling information from the internet.
Yeah.
AI is not pulling information from encyclopedias.
Right.
They're pulling it from the internet.
Yeah.
AI is being trained as a model.
Yeah.
By people.
Yeah.
So people are inputting information and AI is grabbing it from Google, Yahoo, and every other place in the world. My question is, what if the internet got hacked and it started to disappear?
It went away. And this goes back to our importance of having hard copies of things like pictures, etc.
Yeah.
Like, what if we didn't go take family pictures every year and a half, 2 years, and it's all online? And like you said, what if the internet just all of a sudden it just goes away and it's lost forever?
Yeah.
And that's where you store all of your memories.
Yeah.
What happens then, right?
So recently, the Internet Archives were actually hacked by a hacker.
Yep.
And they started to delete some of the Internet Archives. So for those of you that don't know, the Internet Archives are a kind of like the encyclopedia of the internet. It basically is there to be able to look back. It's called the Wayback Machine.
Yeah, I've heard that term a bunch of times.
So you can go on the Wayback Machine and you can actually type in a website and you can see what the website looked like in 1990. And then you can see what the website looked like in 1995 and so on and so on. So the Wayback Machine takes screen grabs of the internet and it shows off the internet and you have the history of everything. Now, with somebody going in and hacking it and starting to delete some of that stuff, you can actually delete history.
Yeah.
Because it's not written.
Right. Yeah. Internet history. Yeah. And like you said, nobody has Encyclopedia Browns hanging around. And even that's not recent history.
Britannica.
Wasn't it Brown too? Anyway. That was
I don't know if there was a Brown encyclopedia.
Brown's encyclopedia. Maybe I mixed.
I remember Britannica.
Mandela effect, different universe. My fault. Getting back to the topic. Yeah. So very interesting.
They're going to be encyclopedia on the disc.
Oh yeah, I
like
do.
You get one on the and every year you get a new one.
Yeah.
Anyway,
were you following? Because I watched a few videos on this because before you told me about the internet being hacked and the Wayback Machine, it's like I had never heard of it.
Yeah,
and I started watching some videos and all these conspiracy theories about who, because they don't know. Nobody knows who's done it.
Who's created the Wayback Machine or no,
who hacked it, right?
Yeah.
And some of these theories was the archives themselves hacked themselves because of ongoing lawsuits that will bankrupt them. There's also there's a pro-Palestinian group who hacked it because they were upset about some documents or whatever. There was also one where they only took information from 2019 to 2023 because of COVID responses, and they want to just all these people that said you should get the COVID shot. They deleted all that because people didn't want to be seen in that light or whatever it was. Because of XYZ, there was like 3, 4, 5, 6 conspiracy theories, and of course, you don't know what happened or who did it. So you have all of these. It was insane.
I heard that somebody actually hacked it and deleted the movie Shazam off the internet.
Oh no! I don't even. I don't want to.
And all the pictures of the Monopoly Man with a monocle got deleted.
No.
And Curious George used to have a tail, and they deleted all those pictures of him having a tail.
Yeah, so going back, and by the way, the Wayback Machine sounds like a fun
burger joint.
Yeah, the Wayback Machine, or like an album.
Wait, have you ever had Wayback burgers?
Yeah.
Have you?
You know, my buddy did the 9 patty burger.
From where? Wayback?
Wayback.
They have a 9 patty burger?
Well, you can make whatever you want. Like I think 9 is the highest you can do.
Question for you, and I know the answer.
Yeah.
Have you had the Big Arch yet?
No.
Would you let us wrap a Big Arch?
Sure.
It's so good.
Well, how would you you say?
I didn't have a lettuce wrap
putting
version.
the two together. Okay.
I didn't lettuce wrap it. I got the bun version of it.
Yeah.
And basically, it's a Big Mac. It's like a Big Mac.
Yeah.
Made with quarter pounder patties.
Right.
So it's 2 quarter pounder patties without the bun in the middle.
Yeah. So I got you. Okay. What's in the middle?
it's bun.
Yeah.
And then the lettuce, onions, special sauce, cheese.
Okay. So
and then the burger.
Yeah.
And then another thing of cheese and something, and then the burger, and then the sauce and the bun.
And that's the appetizer before the meal. This is the food we have before our food.
You poop in your water?
If you don't know what we're talking about, we can go back, and also while you're going back to that episode,
you can just go watch the episode. It's linked above Tim's head.
Yeah, right here. And while you're doing that, like, subscribe,
share, comment,
and comments, and all those.
Tell Tim how great his hair looks today.
Are you being sarcastic?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it looks good though. You got a haircut.
Okay. You said yes. Yes, you were being sarcastic, but yes, it looks good.
Yeah.
They're two different things.
Tim's hair looks great.
Yeah, but again, I don't know if.
But he got a haircut. Where'd you get your haircut?
Hair Hub on Main Street.
This episode brought to you by Hair Hub on Main Street.
Fantastic. Yeah, they trimmed my beard for family pictures.
So they trimmed your beard and did your hair? How much does something like that cost?
Well,
be honest.
Well, the haircut itself, because it's top and bottom, was $31, and then I gave a tip.
That's it?
Yeah,
$31 for a haircut.
I gave $6 tip. So
beard trim and haircut. $31.
That's why I'm gonna go. That's I'll go all the time.
31.
Yeah, it's funny.
That's a good price. Where is it?
It is on Main Street and McRae.
So North End?
Yeah. I like my area, the North End. Yeah. That's all I'm going to say about that. But Hair Hub, yeah, it's great. Are we done talking about the internet? Are we done talking about AI?
So the last question I have for you is a very important one.
Android.
No.
I would not listen to my 48-year-old self talk to my 20-year-old self. I'd punch him in the face.
Do you? That's funny. I would punch the 48 self in the face too.
What?
Well, that's what you said. You would punch him in the face.
My name is Sergio.
Your 20-year-old self is probably not a nice guy either.
My 20-year-old self was.
So my question is, do you?
It was. I was not cool. I was not cool. My wife could attest to that. She could attest to that. She'll tell you about the suspenders I wore singing at church.
Were they rainbow?
They were multicolored. I look like I look like a cheap knockoff of a guy that should be doing your taxes.
Rainbow suspenders,
and not in a cool way. Yeah.
Question.
I've since been
I still have a question for you. Do you print out any of your regular photos other than family photos that you do?
Oh, other than family photos, no, I don't think so. We just do for family photos we print out. And then, like you said, if there's school photos.
You don't do any albums?
No, we don't do albums.
No. Think back.
When I was a kid,
to how many albums your parents had.
So I'm a bad example. Like everything else, I'm a misnomer. I'm a anomaly. Where it was just me and my mom. Single parent.
Do you have any pictures of you and your mom?
So I asked. She gave me.
We got it right here.
Yeah.
No, I don't have a picture.
She gave me a bunch of pictures, and like all the pictures we had, and it was like, one album. Like she did not take pictures, not very many. So deeper story into that, but no,
It's expensive to process photos back then too.
yeah, that's right. But yeah, I do not have a lot of pictures, and that goes into taking pictures. So like what I said is like, if you don't do something when you're a kid, it doesn't become a habit, and you don't bring that into your family's life when you get older, when you have kids, right?
Yeah.
So my wife, they did take a lot of pictures. So for her, that's important. For me, we didn't. And there's so many things that I didn't do when I was a kid. So I was like,
yeah,
I'm going to be.
You're trained by your parents.
Yeah.
Your mentality and your confidence in yourself and your ability to sing, all those things come from your parents.
I guess that's true.
Does your mom sing?
No, not really.
Did your dad?
Yeah, he did a mean Elvis impersonation.
Did he?
Yeah, apparently when he was younger.
Like an angry one or a
fatter
good one?
No, he actually, you know what? Honestly, he was a decent singer when he was younger. Yeah.
Interesting.
So that would be who I got my.
And your kids sing, your wife sings.
Yeah.
So you're just passing down those genes.
Yeah, we are a singing family.
Yeah.
And my wife's family, my wife's family, she has 4 brothers, 4 siblings. And they went around into churches in Manitoba, and she was like the youngest one. So she'd be like, "Squeak, sing!" And they'd all, her mom would play guitar, and everyone would sing and stuff.
Even Bernard?
Yeah.
We haven't mentioned Bernard in a long time.
No.
Should we shout him out?
Shout out.
No.
What? Yeah, you should.
Know who we'll shout out?
Who?
Joelle. We've never shouted out Joelle.
And we've not even, only he knows because there's a couple of Joels.
No, Joelle will know.
Okay.
That's him.
Can we just say the first initial of the last name?
B.
Joel, be good.
Joelle B.
Yeah, Joel's an awesome guy.
Yeah.
Yep.
We really appreciate.
You know what he does?
He sings.
And you know what else he does?
Paints.
I don't think so.
Yes, he does.
Does he?
Yes, he's a painter.
Oh, okay, sorry, I didn't know that. Actually, I don't think I did know that. However, you know what else he does? He likes, he subscribes, and he shares.
He paints.
It took me half the episode to realize and remember that we were going to do that.
How do you not know about his painting?
I don't know. I guess we don't talk about it.
There we go.
I'll have a heart to heart with Joel.
Here's one of his paintings.
We don't share. I probably did know that. There you go.
Yeah.
Are we sharing that with the people?
Should we?
Well, otherwise you're just scrolling stuff and then nobody knows what the heck you're looking at.
Yeah, he hasn't updated in a while.
Maybe he's done. He retired.
He just moved, so
maybe he retired from painting. If Joel wants to message us,
is that how you flip that around like that?
If he retired from painting,
Joel, did you retire from painting? If you didn't, we just showed your paintings. Maybe people want to buy them.
Yeah.
Should we link them below?
When you say I paint canvas, does that mean something like? Does it similar to I paint houses?
No.
No.
He hasn't done any of that kind
of
painting.
What if painting canvases is scaring people, and painting houses is people?
That would be weird. I paint canvases.
I paint canvas. Ooh, that's not good, but at least it's not houses.
And Matthew. Okay,
what you gonna do?
What you gonna do, brother? When what was your name again?
I was oh man,
Mr. Oblivious.
No, that's
Mr.
my name.
Mr. Dummy.
Delay Man.
Mr. Delay Man. What you gonna do, Matthew, when Delay Man comes after you, brother?
Oh yeah, dig it.
Anyways, thanks for watching the Greg and Tim Show. If you haven't yet, and you haven't figured it out yet,
do what Joel does.
Do what Joel
does.
Like, subscribe, share,
comments,
and if you comment below, we may
right below my dirty sock.
Yeah, right below. Comment below. If you comment below, we may get Tim to give you a free quote on painting your house,
which are always free, but absolutely.
Get a free quote and get a possible one-night stay at a Elkhorn resort.
I'm open to it.
Yeah.
You have to book though within 24 hours. I have to stipulate things.
Well, yeah, because you're leaving. Today is Monday that we're posting this.
Yeah.
And you're leaving this afternoon.
Yeah. Well, probably the morning. 11 o'clock. That's what Matthew says.
Yeah. Good luck. I've tried leaving at 11 o'clock with Matthew.
I'm okay. I'm not in a rush.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why don't you guys pick me up on the way?
You're leaving Tuesday.
No, I'm coming on Monday.
Yeah, that's right. I guess it depends.
You guys can just wait for me.
We'll see. We'll see.
Well, thanks for watching. And yeah, what is your final parting words, Tim?
Be kind. Be kind. That's really all that matters in life. I'm serious. I'm not going to say anything else. You can look at me all you want. Just have a quiet stare off. No problem.
Yes, as Tim says, and Ellen DeGeneres says, and
before she's a jerk to all of her people on her staff.
Julie Chan Muvez says, be kind to one another. Tim, super unique. Have a good night. Thanks for watching.
Silly, man.
Thanks for watching the Greg and Tim Show podcast. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with all your friends. Sharing is caring.